Hello, wonderful people out there in the crazy clown world. Hope you're doing fantastically well. I'm back with a spontaneous video today. I was out for a walk this morning and I thought, yeah, I need to speak about this because a lot of people are asking me. In fact, they've been asking me for a long time. And before I get into it, if you are new around here, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing the video. All that stuff really helps me out. So let's get into it. The actual subject matter of the video is basically my strategy or my exit plan to get out of this matrix. And I say my because it is mine based on what I've learned down the years, where I see the deceptions, what resonates with me. And I encourage everyone to make their own decisions and their own choices. I always encourage people to think in a sovereign way, to discern, to take self-responsibility. So I just want to highlight that fact and put that disclaimer in that this is my strategy and you can take and leave what you feel you want, basically. So I'm not telling anyone here what they should do. I'm only merely saying what I'm doing and what I'm going to be doing. Because so many people are asking, there's a soul trap and like, what do we do? Where do we go? And guys, I don't even have all the answers, I'm still learning every day. I think I've got a decent handle on things, as have some other researchers out there. So we're all sort of putting this puzzle back together again. The first thing that I would say is to actually try and find joy and happiness within this lifetime, right? So, a lot of this work, it can be it can be a kick in the teeth. Let's face it. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's like a kick in the balls. You find out about this, and it takes some processing. Not only are people coming out of the new age, which is almost like a trauma in and of itself, that takes actual integration and healing. Then you stumble into the fact that actually this is like a soul trap. And so then you've got to integrate and process that. So it feels like we're getting like double hooked. So I get it. But it's important that we move through, as painful as it is, we move through what we need to move through because the gold is on the other side, guys. Spiritual bypassing or just focusing on what makes you feel great is not going to cut the mustard in terms of getting us out here. What is going to get us out here is facing the stuff that we don't want to face. There goes the dog, right on cue. Yeah, but that's taken me right off my train of thought. Yeah, so basically, with all this information, we need to find balance, okay? We need to find the light in the world, and we need to do the things that we love and enjoy and be creative. We are, by our very essence, creative beings, and they know this. This is why they do so much to try and stop us from being creative. This is why they don't fund art anymore, and they've distorted this art with modern art, which is not art at all. So bringing back things like poetry and painting and music, proper music, not the trash that's out there now. So finding your creative spark, finding your creative essence, finding the things that make you tick, that put the smile on your face while you're here. For me, as you guys will know, I love nature and I love the ocean and diving, and I often immerse myself. I go walk on the beach regularly, and so it's really important to have that mindset of, okay, I'm here. Hopefully this is going to be my last time around, because most of us at this point, I think, have accrued enough information to be able to exit. And I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it the best as I can, even though they're throwing all this mud at us and they've got all these plans for us. And who knows if they're even going to materialise, guys. I mean, 2 years ago, we all thought that we were going to need a passport to get into the supermarkets, and that never materialised, right? So we don't know how this is going to play out. So again, you don't want to lose hope either, right? That things are not written in stone. If they were written in stone, they wouldn't be doing all these things to censor and ban us and all this shadow banning and all this stuff, right? Because they know that this isn't written in stone. So there's still a lot to play for in this game, this matrix that we're in. So, spend time with the people that you love and make those connections and get outside and enjoy life as best you can whilst you're researching, whilst you're gathering this knowledge, because they hate that. These entities, they hate that. They don't want you. They want you depressed and angry and sad, and because they'll feed on that energy. That's like caviar for them. And this isn't saying, look, just think love and light and spiritually bypass and toxic positivity. It's no, it's just let's find the balance, and let's enjoy this while we're here, and let's make our plan to get out. So that's the very first thing that I would say. And to be able to enjoy this life, I truly believe that we need to be healthy, not only for enjoyment, because when we're healthy, we wake up, we feel better, we've got more energy. If we're eating the right food, like, I don't know about you guys, but occasionally if I have if I binge on something that's not healthy, I really feel bad like the next day. It doesn't make me feel good. And so, it's putting the right food inside of us and making sure we get enough sleep, and, all these little hacks that we can do to help ourselves feel better. Because, again, not only do we feel better emotionally when we're healthier. Again, this system, it hates it as well. We know that they're trying to cull us all with what they're doing, and then they give us the solution, the problem reaction solution, which is their pharmaceuticals. So if we can get off those, be healthy, be strong. And I've got loads of content about this on my channel, and I've got interviews coming up now with people talking about diet and things like that. So there are solutions to all of this. So that's the other thing I would say, keep healthy. Sort of talking about clearing energy, and the big one for me at the moment is heavy metal detoxing. We are infested with this stuff. A lot of us, we live in places, in cities where they're spraying us every day. I've got a free playlist there, a heavy metal playlist. You can listen to that every day. You want to be doing some kind of, activated charcoal or getting your glutathione levels up to clear that stuff out, because that fogs up your mind. And these nanobots that are in, they attack the organs in the body. So, unfortunately, we are in a warlike situation. We do have to do things to combat what they're doing to us. But if we do that, we can be healthy and we can thrive, and that will affect our all-round mood, and we're going to feel better, and we're going to feel, just more positive about things, right? So it isn't just exiting when we leave, it's about while we're here. This is part of it. And I would add to that, the way I'm looking at this is I want to be as energetically strong as possible when I leave. So clearing things like cords and contracts and all this ancestral stuff. This is one of the main reasons why I put the course together, because I realized that, we need to learn how to clear all of this stuff from ourselves, right? So energy training, strengthening your energy. Again, I've got free content there as well. Inner child work, putting ourselves back together again. We're all like Humpty Dumpty. We're all fragmented. We've all had trauma to varying degrees, and then you look at past life trauma as well. What we want to do is we want to get that core nice and strong within us. So when we exit at that point where our core is strong, we've got rid of all these energetic attachments, and God knows what else that they try and do to hook us back round again. So energy training, strengthening your energy, practicing. I believe that's really important in these times, to incorporate that in one's exit strategy. I'm not saying that you have to do that. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing. I want to cut all attachments energetically, physically, before I leave. Another thing that I would add is just emotional connections, because we know from the NDEs how they get used against us. And also connections to any matrix belief systems like religions or, Buddhism, Christianity, because, they will use those things. They will use those beliefs against you. So it's not to say disconnect from people that you love. I'm not saying that, and we have to be a hermit. Please don't misquote me. I'm not saying that we need to do that at all. I'm just saying that we need to realize that we're in a game and we have these connections. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to get bogged down with shame and guilt before we pass. You know, we want to resolve those issues as best we can. Sometimes these things aren't even resolvable, but know that you've done the best that you can, and just have that kind of inner standing that, you know, these connections, maybe we can form them again one day when we're all out of this matrix. Who knows, right? I don't know. It's a possibility, probably. You know, I believe that we're capable of anything, and we can create anything. So. But at the point of where we pass, you know, we're clear as we can be on all levels, right? So this is what I'm doing. Now, when it comes to the actual passing over, and again, okay, so something else that I'm thinking about incorporating into my exit strategy is to learn how to lucid dream, because I think the more you become lucid and you become familiar with being in your astral body and working in that dimension, and controlling your consciousness, because that's literally what is happening in these NDEs. If you can do that while we're still alive, I think that's going to benefit when we pass over. Now, I'm still researching this as well. I've read some really good books on it, and it's something I'm in the process of learning and training myself. So that's just something that I'm looking to do, that I think will definitely be another tick in the box when that time comes, right? So you're not out of body and like, whoa, what's this? You know, you've already had some kind of practice with lucidity and being in the astral. So at the point of death, it's very simple for me. My intention is very strong to leave, and I affirm that every single day. Every single day, and again, you might want to include this yourselves, not telling you what to do, affirming that when my life is done, I am leaving here. I'm not engaging with any beings, and I'm not engaging with any loved ones, any pets. I'm not engaging with any light, false light, whatever. My sole intention is to leave. And it's, I think, really important to have that very strong intention. Because if you study the NDEs, they also get hooked back in again when there's kind of like, they don't necessarily want to go to the light, but they're in this like kind of no man's land where they don't really know what to do. And then of course the matrix comes in and it presents the solution. Oh, well, why don't you come over here and we'll show you this, and there's your dead dog and your dead sister, and then all of a sudden they're back round again because they had those seeds of doubt. They weren't sure. So I believe that we have to be very sure, like 100% sure. I want to leave. I'm leaving. And in that dimension, everything is instant. And again, I mean, I know this from, clearing entities and stuff like that. Everything's instant there. And the same applies when you research these NDEs. They will often say that, they focused on something and for a split second, and then they were there. And so it's very much like that. You're in control. Imagine your consciousness is your car, and you're driving your car, right? And so you're turning it left, right, you're putting it in reverse or whatever. That's the same way I believe that we have to look at controlling our consciousness. And again, when you energy train and you practice that side of things, you'll start to do things like remote view and increase your clairvisual abilities. And you'll see how that works in real time, because you'll be looking for interference. Say you're looking for implants on your heart, and then it will go there and stuff like that. So it's almost like we have to take control of the car at the point of death. It's going crazy out there now. At the point of death, this is no shit what goes on here. I'm not even joking you, right? So we're controlling the car, and we need to be very sure what destination we're going in, right? So I'm taking this particular route and I'm going, right? And I think once you set that strong intention and you're very adamant, I don't think that they can touch you. Now, what happens at that point is no one can say for sure. Some people talk of, seeing like a grid, like a hole in the grid or something like that. I believe your subconscious or your consciousness will show you, and you'll just feel it. Um, on top of that, I believe because we are creator beings, we could potentially create our own realms. We could create our own worlds. Maybe we could get out and we could create a world for ourselves, a bubble for ourselves. I believe anything is possible in that dimension. The main thing is that we get out of this computer game, because this is what it is. It's just a computer game. It's a simulation, and we've been stuck here a little bit longer than we should have. We're not trapped here, right? This is what I want to make clear. We're not. We have been stuck here, right, for a little bit longer than we should have, but it's not permanent. And so it's really, really important that we take control of the car and direct where we want to go. So basically, that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, maybe I will create. I can imagine myself creating some kind of like underwater world with dolphins and whales and mermaids and like all this kind of crazy stuff. So who knows? Who knows what the possibilities are? But I don't. So the way I see this, when I've, and again, this might just be the way that my subconscious perceives it. When I kind of perceive this matrix or remote view it, when I zoom out, I see almost like a funnel, and I see all these different dimensions. It's almost like it's like a funnel, and then and then when I zoom out, that's the game. It's just layers of dimensions. So maybe when we exit, we might see something like that. So you might perceive it differently, but when I kind of zoom out, that's kind of what I see. And I would imagine there's hundreds and thousands of other matrices or other games that we could take part in if we wanted to. And I'm sure, like I say, we could create different worlds, and who knows, we're incredible beings. This is what they don't want us to know. This is the cosmic joke, because we've given all our power away when we are the powerful. We're the source players, right? So yeah, to sum up, I'm preparing now by enjoying life, keeping healthy, energy training, inner work, and that can even, inner work can even extend into past life stuff. You know, I've gone into past life stuff, and you're putting yourself back together. You're putting that essence back together like Humpty Dumpty. So nice and strong when we leave. So no messing around. I'm out. I'm strong. I'm not leaving anything to chance. So I just wanted to put that out there because, you know, obviously with this information, a lot of people ask me, oh, what are you doing? I have made videos maybe 2 or 3 years ago about this, but yeah, so let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Yeah, if you want to check out more of my work, if you want to work with me or the course, as I mentioned before, just go to my website, transcendingtimes.org. Have a great weekend, guys. Really take this message on board, hopefully, and really plan something that you really enjoy. Go on a road trip. I don't know, whatever you like doing. Go and sit by a lake or do something that you really like doing. And yeah, it's really positive. You know, this information on the surface is dark, but as I said right at the start, there is gold within this. So it's really not a bad time to be alive, because I think this is going to be the final time. So anyway, guys, you have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.